Hey, what's up? My name is Marc from 12weekathlete.com, and today in this video I'm going to show you how you're able to transform your body in 14 days. Okay, welcome back. So this is my 500 rep challenge. I'm doing 100 pull-ups, 100 push-ups, 100 dips, and 200 sit-ups for the next 14 days with no breaks at all. No rest days, nothing at all. Now, why am I doing this? Because I wanted to challenge myself and see what can I do personally in the next 14 days. How can I change my body? So that was a little experiment I did. And here's a little sneak peek of how you can see how that affected my body. It's quite a dramatic change. Now this video is sectioned in that you will see me taking my body measurements and so on before I go on this journey. Then you see a little bit of workout section. Then you see me taking the body measurements after I've done the 14 days. And then I'm going to compare both next to each other so you can actually really visually see the difference. If you want to skip ahead, down in the description box below, I tagged them, each section. You can go there right now if you want. But I urge you to please hit the like button. I want to make sure this video gets as many likes as possible and shares and so on, because it's quite astonishing, I think, what you can achieve in just 2 weeks' time. And if you haven't subscribed yet, here's the subscribe button. Punch that one now and enjoy the video. Okay, welcome back. Now live out of my testing studio. What do I mean by that? I'm going to be showing you my upper body, seeing what state I'm in. We're going to do my weight and my body fat percentage before I head into the 500 rep challenge for 14 days. So here we go. Let's have a look. Alright, so I hope that was enough to see sort of my body shape right now. We'll see what happens in 14 days. Okay, so now we're going to take my weight. I'm just going to put that scale on the floor, and so you can hear it work. There you go, ready to go. So stepping on it. Okay, so I'm as of right now, you can see it, 91.7 kg. That's my starting weight, and so we'll see. Alright, so I am using the Sculpt body fat measuring tool to figure out how much body fat I have right now before I'm starting this 14-day challenge. And the way it works is you just you hold it on 3 points, because we're doing the 3-point test in here. You can test every single muscle, but that's going to take too long, so we're just going to test 3 areas, which is going to be the triceps, the abs, and the quad. And then based on that, will give us an overall body fat percentage. Now, I can't hold the microphone here all the time, so I'm going to clip it onto my shorts. Hopefully you can still hear me. And so we're going to start. All you need to do is you need to press measure. Now we go to quick test, and let's do this. So what you need to do is, here we have got a lot of sensors, and they need to be sort of wet to be able to take the body fat measurement. So now all you do is you just hold it here, you press it on there, you press the begin button first. Begin? Okay, and hold it, and I can see it's doing something. And I came up with 9.3% body fat on my triceps. So then you say continue. Now we do right abs. Again, make sure it's nice and wet here. And so hold it there, pushing it down. And it says 8.2% body fat. And now we go to the quad. I always forget, you need to press continue. So continue, and right quad, pushing it down. It says 8.6% body fat. Now you need to press continue. I don't know if you can see this. Continue. And now it says the overall body fat percentage is 10.1%. 10.1%. Yeah, that's where we start, where we stand. And so we'll see what happens. See you in a bit. Okay, so this is me doing the actual workouts now. The thing is, I missed filming the first 4 days, so this is already my 5th day of training. What I can say is that I was massively sore after my first and second day, because obviously it was such a hard workout to do, and I needed actually time to rest in between. So my very first workout took me around 45 to 50 minutes to complete. I had loads of rests in between all of these exercises. But the way I broke it down was I started off with 40 sit-ups, then I went into 20 push-ups, then I did 20 dips, as you can see here, and I did them in lots of 10. So after 10 I needed to shake my arms out a little bit, because I do want to make sure that my form is correct. After that I went into pull-ups. I did again 10 and 10, so 20 pull-ups, and then this whole thing 5 times. And that took me, like I said, 45 minutes the very first time I did it, and then later on, the last day, I was able to do it under 30 minutes. So a huge improvement in terms of my body adapting to the sort of stress I'm putting on it. Now what I will say is that if you ever try this, if you want to do this yourself, you will need to warm up properly. You need to make sure that your joints, especially your shoulder joint, because you're putting so much pressure in terms of pulling and pushing motion on that joint, you need to make sure that that is warmed up properly. So I would recommend to go on a running machine, or get your cardiovascular system up a little bit, up and running, and yeah, then do a lot of rotational exercises for your shoulder joint. And here you can see me rest, because I do needed some time off in between. Now you can see me doing the push-ups. I think this is the 10th day now or something, so it's getting already a bit quicker, and I'm able to push through much easier without any rest. Now what I will say is that it is not about any sort of how you do the exercise in terms of lowering yourself on a count of 3 and the pushing motion on a count of 1. Just do the reps. You can do them fast, you can do them slow, however you want to do them, but make sure the form is correct. That is really the main difference. But the terms of time under tension or speed is irrelevant for this challenge. Yeah, another thing I wanted to throw in here is I use chalk for my hands a lot. You can see that here when I do the pull-ups. It's just better for grip purposes, and also I will after I finish with the pull-ups, I'm going to show you my actual hands and how they adapted to this sort of stress you put on them. And that's very normal that your body adapts, not only in terms of muscular adaptation processes, your joints, your tendons, everything adapts, and especially your skin. Okay, so let's have a look at how my hands adapted to this whole process. I'm gonna try to zoom that in that you can see this. So there you go. You can see these bumps here on my hand and on that side as well. That's sort of normal for guys who lift, obviously, but I'm gonna try to get it a bit closer. So this is an accumulation of skin which gets used to sort of the pressure you're putting on it. And it's very normal that you get that. The problem is, though, that when you don't do anything with it, so you need to basically cut that off with like a knife or something. There's something special you can do that with, because if you don't do that, this will get bigger and bigger and bigger, and then at one point, if you do a pull-up or whatever sort of pulling motion, this might actually rip off and be very, very painful. You've seen it probably in some videos, or maybe your friend has had it, or you might have not seen it and you've been quite lucky because it's quite ugly actually. But one other thing I would recommend is to use chalk. You can see that in the videos before, that I was using something white to put my hands in. It just takes all the moist away from your hand. You've got like a solid grip, and you're able to really focus on just the pulling motion. Yeah, that's all I wanted to share, and let's continue. Okay, 14 days later, we're here again. I'm going to show you my body again like we did before. Then we're going to do the weight, and we're going to do the body fat. So let's jump right into it. Okay, so I hope that was enough to see sort of my little transformations. You can see, I mean, visibly see that I lost weight. I can feel it in my clothes I'm wearing and stuff. But we're gonna see how much fat I actually lost when we're gonna do the body fat percentage. So we're gonna do the weight now. Okay, let me jump on the scale, and I'm using the same scale I used before. Here you can see that one, you know, same one. I'll put it down, press the button, and now I'll jump on it. And here we go. Wow, that's crazy. Have a look. .1 kg, 87.1 kg. That is crazy. That is a massive loss. I start with 91.7 to 87.1. I'm gonna put the stats down anyway in a second. Okay, next one we're gonna do is the body fat. I'm gonna clip this again to my pants like I did before so we can see what's going on. I use the body sculpt to measure my body fat again, and it starts by measuring the body fat on the triceps. So here we go, hold it. Okay, then we go continue. And now next one is going to be the abs. Alright, and the last one is going to be the quad. So let's see what we have there. You can't see that, but trust me, I'll press it on my quad as good as possible. And here we go. Okay. And this is my overall body fat percentage. 7.9% body fat. Which is ridiculous. This is crazy. In 2 weeks' time, I lost 2.2% body fat. Well, you know, I'm happy with that.